another edition of the Diversified Semantic Layer Podcast Network. This is another episode of The Visible Layer, and I'm Eric Vallow. I wanted to revisit an older video, did it not too long ago, on data profiling with the Information Design tool. In a tasty bit, we learned a little bit more about the Information Design tool, and that is that there's some debugging options that actually unlock a lot more data profiling capability inside of BI4. Now you'll note on site on the shortcut that I have to launch the IDT, I have this little command line flag, -debug.idt.options. And when the Information Design tool launches, I get this debugging window, and that's pretty useless. It doesn't matter to us. But what we do care about is now when we right-click on a table and we show table values, I actually get a new tab back in my data profiling view. And check it out, it's a little query panel, and that's pretty nifty. So I'm going to start building my own little query. I'm going to go ahead and pull over the object type name from Sherlock. I'm going to pull across the object ID, the unique identifier for all my reports. And I'm going to make sure that measure is aggregated as a count. Well, that data profiling option just instantly threw together a chart that I could then pivot my data by. I can view it in a tabular format, as well as that chart format. I can also make that view of that data more complex based on other data elements inside of, for lack of a better term, that microcube that's living on my PC right now. So I'm going to go ahead and look at everything by whether it's an instance or not. And that just made the chart more complex. The table's more complex as well. But if I don't like it there, I can actually make it a filter instead. And maybe I want to limit my values to only reports that are an instance off the scheduler. And that's it. And it's that easy. A couple of other cool things that I think have been built into this that add value. One, well, first of all, a well-named exploding pie chart. Okay, not really. It's a variable slice depth pie chart, but we still love it nonetheless. The charting options are great here and very surprising in the variety. We can also simplify the view, looking at a Flash-based template or kind of the standard that's going to look a lot more like the BI4 report inside of like Web Intelligence. And we can also tinker with the color palettes as well. And finally, output that as an image on the desktop, giving a name, size, dimensions, fill color, and ultimately picking where we want it to live in a number of image type formats. So that's really it. A quick and dirty view of additional data profiling options inside the Information Design tool. Hope you like it. Hope it helps you build better users. Thanks.
This podcast is hosted and sponsored by EV Technologies. Visit us on the net at SaveTheCMS.com.
D-Slayer!